Is State Senator Roger Victory, Republican from Hudsonville, represents Ottawa County. Good morning. How are we doing today, Senator?
It is a good morning, and the drive to Lansing was a nice, clear drive. Even a little sunrise coming up, but later this week, I think the driving conditions may be deteriorating. Winter will be arriving.
Yeah, I mean, how many
Michigan in full front?
How many days a week do you drive over there? Are you in session over there, and how many days are you back in Hudsonville?
Yeah, typically 3 days: Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, unless. But there's also other special meetings that may occur. But typically, those 3 days, and Mondays and Fridays and Saturdays, we will meet with, under normal conditions out in the district. But so that's kind of the schedule. So 3 days in Lansing, 2 to 3 back in the district.
Okay, sounds good. Senator Roger Victory joining us right now. What are some of the things you guys are working on right now in the Capitol building?
Well, one is actually I was listening, heard the governor kind of highlighted what her point of view was for vetoing the drunk driving expungement. We've been kind of quiet out there when, in fact, we discussed this on the show, and I was kind of shocked on her reply. Is that her indicated that she wasn't able to negotiate on that. Well, she kind of revealed her hand, like, okay, she's governing on her own and forsake the legislative body, even on a good bill like this. And so I think her news release kind of indicate what we've been saying all the time. Governor, please govern with the legislative body, and we can move good things forward, such as some expungement situations or those things allowing these people to get back in our economy. And so I was kind of taken back by her blunt reply on why that was vetoed. It kind of indicates, how things have been working here in Lansing. So I will reach out to the governor and say, please participate, so that way we can move legislation that will help the good folks in Ottawa County and throughout the great state of Michigan and make their lives a better life in the great state of Michigan.
When politicians call for working together and reach across the aisle, what are they really saying? Because we hear this all the time, but we don't know if it's getting anywhere on any level.
Well, Eric, great question. So right here on this issue, when we were working on this expungement for first-time offenders with a drunk driving offense, and what this would do after they pay their fines and pay their dues to society, that they could regain certain occupations such as a CDL driver or other things that we need currently in our economy to move the state in a better place. So while this is, when we talk about working together, that's why if we have a bill, it's processed through the various different committees. The executive branch will put their voice into that discussion. We can take that voice and their concerns and make sure that the bill addresses those. And when we have the final product that's passed by the House, passed by the Senate, and signed by the governor, it has taken into all those considerations. But obviously, that is not occurring, and the governor kind of indicated that today. So that's where when we work bipartisan, reaching across the aisle, making sure that all voices are heard and their input can be taken in to it, and getting a good product that will meet the needs of the folks throughout the state and even in Ottawa County.
She laid out her plan of what she wants with the budget, and it was, I think it was like $5 billion or whatever it is, and then the Republicans had their version of it. How far away are both sides from coming together on something?
I don't believe we're too far away, as long as the executive branch would be coming to the table and discuss that, not just making a statement and then walking away. We are reaching out. Please, the executive branch and their departments inform us what their request is based on, what is their parameters that they're basing on. We've been indicating where our indications of why we're requesting these dollars, how we're justifying these dollars. So it's about communications, and even if we get that moving forward, we can get this process moved through more accelerated rate instead of the stalemate that's currently occurring.
State Senator Roger Victory, Republican from Hudsonville, represents us from Ottawa County, good enough to join us from Lansing. So distribution of vaccines, where are we at? Because we're not hearing too much about more arriving. What is the holdup? When is this thing going to start speeding up? What are you hearing?
Well, this week there'll be in health policy on the House side Pfizer is coming in, and they will be testifying on the rollout of the vaccine. I did reach out to our health policy chair, Senator Van Wall. He's on the task force, and with that, his indication, Pfizer is amping up their production. We have Moderna. They are moving forward very quickly, and also Johnson & Johnson. That should probably be coming through their trials for verifying the safety of that component with the oversight group on that meets at the federal level. And that may have up within 2 weeks, that may be coming available. So as we are, I believe, making the turn, turning that corner and getting that more readily accessible vaccines available, especially as Ottawa County, I'm a little disturbed on some of the hiccups we've been having, and I don't believe it's coming from at the local level. It's coming from a higher level. It seems like appears to be availability is stronger in other parts of the state, which I have conflict with. Even when I hear that the mayor can get his shot here in Lansing, yet we have retirement facilities in Ottawa County that cannot get theirs. But I do, my understanding with that one specific issue, that has now been designated to get some shots there. So we're trying to address these, and we shouldn't have these ad hoc situations, but should have a good, solid, uniform rollout of it, which I hopefully with another 1 or 2 to 3 weeks that will be taken care of.
I saw a story today where state health officials say Michigan is about to change how it hands out the vaccines. They'll decide on how many doses of the vaccine providers get, helping them prioritize the vulnerable areas. And rural towns are really not getting very much of it.
Yeah, there's some aspects with the logistics of it, with these Pfizer's vaccine being needing to be kept at a very cold temperature. I do, again, I think the private sector has been willing to step up the plate. I know there's I'll just say the name, Spartan Stores have indicated they will be distributing up the vaccine, which I think is great to me. They have the infrastructure, they have the skill set in place, and instead of trying to consolidate into one mega center, if we can get that distributed throughout micro centers, that would create more accessibility too. So I think the key to the success of this is actually linking up with the private sector and having them assist in the vaccine, and that will be a win for all of our communities.
Michael Rice, the state superintendent of schools, says he wants lawmakers to increase the number of required school days in wake of COVID-19, saying more time is the clearest need for students. He says 180 days in school is not enough a year, and the legislature needs to raise that. Talk about the legislature, what your thoughts are on that, and where that may go.
Yeah, I know Senator Tyson, Education, will be addressing that issue there. And it's one is let's start by first getting the schools all open and getting the students in the classroom at this point in time. And then once we accomplish that, then we can have the bigger discussion of what is the proper amount of school days. Is it the 180 or what he's discussing on it? So I think we have immediate concerns. Let's get that taken care of. Let's move forward, getting these students in the classroom in a safe and secure environment under proper protocols, and even, for example, let the high school students participate in the full academic experience, such as sports, which the governor has prohibited them from occurring. So we're talking about, we're debating 180 days. In the meantime, one of the good education learning experiences such as playing the winter sports and spring sports season is being prohibited when has been demonstrated that can occur in a safe and secure environment.
Yeah, Mark Ewell, who's the executive director of the MHSA, saying on Friday, he had a teleconference saying that they have better talks now with the new health director of Health and Human Services, but the governor's office won't return their calls, which I personally find a little shocking, really.
Which I go right back to the beginning of this conversation when we had the drunk driving expungement deal. It's like, can this administration get beyond its 5 people, whoever it is? They have people in the administration that are out there, and yet it seems to be there's no communication going on. So sorry, but you made my point, my frustration there again. It's another example in the administration that seems to be lack of communication.
State Senator Roger Victory joining us. What did I not ask you want to get out there, Senator?
Well, we're going to be getting moving in my new committee of judiciary. We have a full full gamut of items that we've been meeting with the stakeholders and other members. So I'm sure we'll have a lot of discussion on the radio what we're moving the state forward to make it a better place for all. And it's just been enjoyable on the air. And there again, I think we can get this thing moving, but I challenge the governor, please communicate with the legislative body. And governor, please communicate with your own administration. And I think if the governor starts there, we can get this thing moving forward.
Okay.
If that can't start, I would say we're going to have same old, same old.
Well, Senator, we appreciate you moving to Wednesdays. I know you're busy Thursdays now with committee meetings and everything, but we always enjoy the talks. And thank you for enlightening us and give us an update on what's going on in the state capitol, okay?
Well, I got a little passion going this morning, and we'll carry it through the rest of the day. Thank you.
Don't want to get you too fired up. Thanks a lot, Roger. Appreciate it. State Senator Roger Victory, good enough to join us here now on Wednesdays.